coming up on CBS 12 News this morning, police have finally made an arrest in connection to the death of 14-year-old Ryan Rogers in Palm Beach Gardens. Coming up, what we're now learning about the man arrested.
And the new variant of the coronavirus found in the United States. We'll tell you where, plus how that person is doing today and how President Biden is planning to fight COVID this winter.
Plus, a teen accused of killing 4 students at a school in Michigan has been charged. The new details we're learning this morning about the moments before the shooting.
You're watching CBS 12 News this morning.
Hey, good morning to you, everybody. I'm Matt Lincoln.
And I'm Ashley Glass. We are off to a great start here, 6:01 on your Thursday.
That's right.
Take a minute. It is Thursday.
Yeah.
Let's go to Zach now. Check on the forecast.
All right. Well, yesterday we had high pressure and control. Today we too have high pressure and control. But can you spot the difference? Probably not. That's a new area of high pressure. Our area of high pressure yesterday is actually now off the coast of Florida. Remember, yesterday it was directly overhead, and now it's starting to pick up a lot of that moisture that we talked about and developing rain showers north of the Bahamian chain. Here's the thing, though. All of that moisture, like we forecast, is staying just to our east, and so as a result, we're not going to deal with any rainfall today. This high begins to build in. In fact, you can see that white line, this line of equal pressure building into Florida. That means clear skies are on the docket. Jet stream is well to our north as well, so we don't need to worry about any storm systems coming from the north or the west. So for the next several days, we're going to be sunny and warm. This morning, 50s from the Treasure Coast and the lake, 60s from Stewart south through Miami-Dade. If you look at our bus stop forecast, you see that gradual warm up for the students throughout the day. Recess looks beautiful. Pickup looks beautiful. All in all, daytime highs today, 76, 78, maybe a rogue 80 to 81 degree reading. Otherwise, just really sunny skies. Guys?
All right, Zach, thank you. 6:02, Palm Beach Gardens police have made an arrest in the death of Ryan Rogers. The 14-year-old boy went missing more than 2 weeks ago after going for a bike ride. Our Kara Duffy's at the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department live with more. Kara, what do we know about this arrest?
Well, Matt, police tell us that the suspect is a male and that he was arrested in Miami sometime yesterday. They have not yet released his name, but a source did tell CBS 12 News that it appears the suspect had no connection to Ryan or his family. He was considered a stranger. Now, of course, we are working to get that confirmed from Palm Beach Gardens Police, but in the meantime, they are expected to hold a press conference right here from their department at 10 o'clock this morning. So that's when we should get more information. Now, this arrest comes after more than 2 weeks of concern and heartache for the Rogers family and for the community as a whole. So many questions about Ryan's death still unanswered. Now, here's what we know. The 14-year-old was last seen leaving his home on his bicycle the night of November 15th. He was then found dead the next morning on the side of Central Boulevard right before the I-95 overpass in Palm Beach Gardens. That was about a mile from his home. Police brought in the FBI to help with this investigation and previously said that they had been looking for witnesses who could have been in that area on Monday night. They ruled his death a homicide but have remained tight-lipped about the details surrounding his death, telling us it was not related to a traffic incident. We also know there was an $8,000 reward on the table for anyone who could give officials more information about this case. And Matt, Ashley, with one man now behind bars, we could finally be one step closer to finally figuring out exactly what happened to Ryan and, more importantly, the motive behind this tragic murder. Again, they do plan to hold a press conference right here at 10 o'clock. We will be sure to bring you all the latest details both on air and online. Back to you.
All right, Karen, we will be covering that news conference on air and online at CBS12.com, also through our free CBS 12 News app. Again, that news conference starts at 10 this morning when we should learn a lot more. And since Ryan's death, the community's come together to remember him. This is a small memorial at the Alton neighborhood near Ryan's home. You see a blue heart spray painted on the ground with a sign that reads, "Justice for Ryan," next to his photo, along with flowers and a teddy bear.
We knew that it was just a matter of time before the first case of Omicron would be detected in the United States.
This morning, Dr. Anthony Fauci is confirming the first case of the Omicron variant in California. A traveler returned to San Francisco from South Africa 3 days before Thanksgiving, then developed mild symptoms on Thanksgiving Day. The person took a test 3 days after and tested positive. Health officials say that person was fully vaccinated with 2 doses of the Moderna vaccine, but was not due for a booster yet. Right now, nearly 30 countries have confirmed cases. Those are the ones you see behind me in red. Scientists say it will take 2 to 3 weeks to determine if the new variant spreads more easily or if it makes more people sick. For now, health experts say vaccines are still the best form of protection.
And looking ahead to later today, now President Biden will lay out his strategy for fighting the spread of COVID this winter. As we're taking a live look right now from the Palm Beach International Airport cam this morning, the president's plan is expected to include new testing requirements for travelers entering the U.S. And right now, travelers have to be tested within 72 hours of arriving, but health officials are considering testing travelers 1 day before boarding U.S.-bound flights, regardless of their vaccination status or departure location. And right now, we do know the Biden administration will extend the federal mask mandate on planes, trains, and buses until at least March. This is the second time the mandate has been extended in response to a variant, and the last time was for the Delta variant, which was set to expire next month.
6:06 now the time. A teen accused of killing students at a school near Detroit is now being charged as an adult.
Yeah, 4 students from 14 to 17 years old were killed. 7 others were hurt in the shooting at Oxford High School this week.
Yeah, authorities say 17-year-old Justin Schilling died from his injuries yesterday. 16-year-old Tate Meyer died while a deputy was taking him to the hospital. 14-year-old Hannah St. Juliana and 17-year-old Madison Baldwin were also killed. Right now, we know 3 other students and a teacher have been released from the hospital.
Yeah, Sam's following this story from our live desk. Top of so many people's minds, another child, another student has passed away.
All right, Sam, give us a little bit more here now about the charges the suspect's facing.
Well, Matt and Ashley, 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley, who you see right here, is now charged with 24 felony counts, including terrorism and first-degree murder. Prosecutors are also considering charges against the teen's parents. They say he used a gun that was bought by his dad on Black Friday. Right now, investigators are closely looking at school security video that captured the entire rampage. They say Crumbley came out of a bathroom and fired at least 30 shots. Earlier that day, investigators say the sophomore and his parents met with school officials over behavioral concerns. And according to authorities, the night before the shooting, Crumbley posted a video threatening to kill students. Crumbley's attorney entered a plea of not guilty, but the prosecution says investigators have a, quote, mountain of digital evidence showing the shooting was premeditated. If convicted, Crumbley faces life in prison. Matt?
And this morning, Sam, Manuel Oliver, whose son Joaquin died in the Parkland shooting, posted video on Twitter. In this video, he says he will be in Washington, D.C., demanding answers from lawmakers on why more hasn't been done to prevent shootings from happening. Also, former Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School student and activist David Hogg tweeted, quote, "We have a right to not be shot inside or outside our schools." Of course, 17 students and staff members were killed on Valentine's Day in Parkland nearly 4 years ago.
It's 6:08 right now, and the Ghislaine Maxwell sex trafficking trial, it picks back up again today. In court yesterday, one woman said on the stand that she met former President Donald Trump during a trip to Mar-a-Lago on Palm Beach when she was just 14 years old. The woman, identified as Jane, said she flew on Jeffrey Epstein's private plane, but she did not accuse Mr. Trump of any wrongdoing. The woman testified she was sexually abused by Maxwell and Epstein, but said Epstein never asked her to recruit other girls. Maxwell faces 6 federal charges now, including sex trafficking of minors. If found guilty, she could face the rest of her life in prison.
All right, 6:09 now. The Supreme Court now signaling support for upholding a Mississippi law that bans abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. Up next from the live desk, what this potentially means for the future of Roe v. Wade. You're watching CBS 12 News This Morning, the one to turn to.